Alright, y'all, I'm Tom with an H. This is Me and a Camera. And this week's topic is marijuana laws. My take on the matter is there's no reason marijuana should be illegal. I think it should be legalized. I think the reason that marijuana is illegal is because drug dealers and drug cartels are either lobbying or threatening our lawmakers into keeping it illegal so they can keep making money. But, you know, we've got people coming up from Mexico and growing drugs here so they don't have to grow it across the border and try and smuggle it in. We've got all kinds of crime happening because of marijuana, when really if it was legalized, the government, instead of spending all this money on law enforcement trying to stop it, could just regulate it and tax it like they do with alcohol. I mean, we tried making alcohol illegal once, and look where that got us. That got us organized crime, basically. If it wasn't for alcohol being illegal, there would be no mafia, because that's basically what gave them the money to be powerful in the first place.
There's a lot of prominent families, Kennedys, Rockwells.
Yeah.
All their money came from the great-great-grandfather moonshiner.
And my own family, my biological father actually at one point trained dolphins to swim from Florida to Cuba with packs on their bellies and swim back with drugs in these packs.
Damn.
I mean, this is my own biological father. I mean, I haven't seen him since I was 5 years old, but the fact is this is all crime based on the fact that marijuana is illegal. Now, obviously, if you legalize it, there's going to be some drawbacks. Obviously, there's going to be people losing jobs, because obviously we have to keep a lot of people employed right now trying to enforce the laws against marijuana. But, I mean, California's got medicinal marijuana legal, even though it's illegal by the federal government standards. It doesn't make sense to me that this whole state can get away with selling weed, and the government does nothing to go in there. But
The federal government goes into California, they bust the places up, they take all the product, but they never arrest anyone, they never charge anyone.
well, except for Tommy Chong when he was but, you know, that's, that was total. I can't say the word that would naturally come out of my mouth. I'm trying to keep the swearing to a minimum.
Keep it clean.
Malarkey. It was malarkey. There was no reason for that either.
You look back all throughout history, before it was illegal, I mean, it was a very large cash crop for the United States of America.
Yes, and it was actually considered patriotic to grow marijuana.
Yeah.
So, like, even through World War II. I mean, I don't even think it was made illegal until the late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah, I think it was right after World War II, when it, like early 50s, when it became illegal.
And
I'll have to check my stats.
I obviously haven't done any research on that, but I mean, we're spending, what, hundreds of billions of dollars a year on tax money?
Well, how many millions are we spending on the war on drugs? And
they've already admitted it's a failure.
yeah, for every pound they get, 10 pounds get through.
Yeah, and back to prohibition. Just because something's illegal doesn't mean people aren't doing it. You know, people are out there smoking weed every day.
Since
Why
the
not
beginning,
make some money off of it?
since the beginning of reality, man has been trying to find a way to alter it. I mean,
Precisely.
whether
there is no way to get rid of it completely, so why not just make it legal and regulate it and tax the shit out of it?
make money off of it.
I mean,
Right now, the only people making money are criminals
exactly.
and crooked politicians.
Exactly.
And we, the people, the common man, are the ones who are suffering. The guy who wants,
right out of my mouth.
yeah, the guy who wants to go, smoke a bowl after work, he lives in fear of prosecution because, he's a criminal because he wants to smoke a bowl instead of drinking a beer, which is applauded in this society.
And really, there's no health drawbacks to smoking marijuana either. I mean, it's got carcinogens like smoking cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes. It kills brain cells, but so does alcohol. And
Yeah.
in all honesty, It's probably healthier than smoking, probably healthier than drinking. Big thing is you can probably drive a car while you're stoned, while if you're drunk, it probably isn't a good idea.
Oh, everybody's different.
Everybody's different, but the thing
Yeah.
is,
Sometimes easier to drive stoned than it is to drunk.
That's correct.
that's the thing.
But-
It's sometimes easier to drive stoned than it is to
Oh.
drive drunk. I mean, it obviously depends on how stoned you are.
Everybody's different.
Everybody's
I mean,
different.
some people can have a beer and hit the ditch. Other people can drink a whole bottle of Jack. And
But your point is, there's
you know.
there's a lot of false information out there about marijuana.
which is why it was illegal in the first
Why it was
place.
illegal in the first place. It's false information. You got a guy that did a study by giving bonobo monkeys lethal amounts of THC, basically just injecting them with THC extracted from marijuana. We're not even talking about an amount that you could smoke.
Yeah.
Pure lethal doses. I mean, it is almost impossible to overdose on marijuana.
There is yet to be a reported case.
Exactly. It's just a ridiculous thing. And then it's, he's saying, oh, they had memory loss, but only while they were stoned. As soon as they recovered, their memories came back.
I only forget the stupid
And
stuff.
I know there was a study that proved that if you study stoned and take the test stoned, you actually retain more information from your studying than if you study straight and take the test straight.
Let's study, huh? Take the test.
Get high scores.
Get high when you study, get high when you take the test, you actually get a higher score than if you did both straight.
Never studied or
Proven fact. Proven fact.
I mean, you're not going to stop people from doing what they want,
Yeah,
like you
you're
said. So you might
not
as
gonna stop
well,
people from doing it, so why not make a buck at it?
or at least, if you want to make it illegal, at least do a decent study on it. I mean, yet still to date, there has not been I guess worthy would be the right word, a worthy study on the facts about
There's
it.
really no
Unless they
pharmacological
find a
research
bunch
going
of
on.
fags fucking queers and give them a couple
Watch the language, buddy.
With the language, I got to get a good rating.
Don't want to
Want
get
people to watch it,
Yeah.
get mad and turn it off because
Find
they're
a bunch
swearing.
of- They find a bunch of swearing and never done drugs in their life. And
Thank you.
Get them high. Acting like idiots.
And the thing is, marijuana's also got other uses other than just smoking it.
yeah,
Hemp
many.
Seed, hemp seed is a perfect protein, just like soy.
Beginners?
It contains all of the natural, necessary amino acids to make a protein that your body doesn't produce. Your body produces, I believe, 7, and I think there's 14. And it also has a perfect balance of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, which is good for you. Hemp seed is considered a superfood.
It's one of the few crops that you can pretty much, you don't have to grow 10 different crops to get all that. You can grow
You don't
one.
take the soil like you do with like wheat and corn and things like that. I mean,
Yeah, it's a weed.
it's
It'll
a
grow
weed. It'll
anywhere
grow anywhere.
with very little.
And you don't necessarily have to grow a product for smoking. That's the point I'm trying to make. You can grow hemp for rope and for food.
Rope,
You can also
paper.
refine the oil from hemp seed and make a nice, clean biodiesel fuel.
Clothing, fuel. Yeah, fuel, clothing.
Fuel, clothing. It's got a lot of uses besides smoking. I mean, obviously,
We don't want it legal to make rope out of it, but I mean, let's get that fact on the table.
and I also have to point out, I don't smoke weed, so
I-
I'm still at that mentality that I believe that it should be legal because people need to be able to make their own choices. For the government
Exactly.
to take away the choice from you, something that's really not bad for you in the first place, is, I think, just a matter of, like I said, drug cartels are paying off our politicians or threatening them with their lives.
It's ignorance. They're just ignorant. That's my little Michael Jackson impersonation.
All right, I think we've
I think we got it.
reached the end of what we need to say about the topic. So until next week, I'm Tom with an H, and you're not.
Peace.
Folks at home.